Have you ever had this experience? You're talking to someone, but you're not really talking. Maybe it's networking, maybe it's business, maybe it's dating, maybe it's social media. The words are there, but the connection isn't. And I think most people can feel it or this, because underneath the conversation, there's often an agenda, a strategy, a script, a need. And the moment that happens, something starts disappearing. Connection. Over the years, I've had thousands of conversations with entrepreneurs as a coach, and thousands of sales meetings with my cleaning business. That means clients, business owners, and on top of that, friends, relationships, community members. And something that keeps showing up, something that I've realized, is that the deepest conversations rarely start because someone has the perfect strategy. They start because someone feels safe. I was in a conversation recently that stayed with me. It started around strategy. It was a post, and it was a great post with some strategic ways of connecting, actually. It was business, it was growth. I was about to say the usual stuff, but it was a great formula, a strategic way. So what stayed with me wasn't the strategy. I gave a couple of examples in the comments, and we actually connected in the comment. And I had a great conversation, and the person who commented wrote something that stuck with me and got me to do this video, because that was connecting or connection. Because what I've realized and what I've seen over and over and over again and again and again, the deeper I genuinely connect with another person, the more interesting things seem to happen. Not because I'm trying to get something, and this is one of the keys, but because something else opens up. We could talk about this as a mirror, because I think many entrepreneurs, creators, they struggle here. And we do that because we are taught to build funnels, build systems, build offers, build strategies. And all of these things, they matter. They do matter. But underneath all of it, people buy people. People trust people. People connect with people. And my deeper realization here is that, actually I want to say this took me years to really understand that real connection with other people, it started when I learned to connect with myself. Because for years, and I've shared this in many videos now, for years I was performing. And maybe you can relate to this. I was performing different identities, different masks, as in the movie The Mask, different versions of Michael. The successful version, the strong version, the leader version, the version that had it all together. And the more that I tried to be those versions, and that did actually, it was not a conscious try, but the more that I tried to be those versions, or the more that I became those versions, the harder genuine connection became. And actually, The Mask is a great movie, and it's a great example of this, because as happens in The Mask, he kind of gets, I don't know if addiction is the right word, but he gets absorbed by the mask. So he becomes that identity that is so successful. And actually, as in the movie, if I remember it correct, I just got a little sidetracked here, the woman that actually did like him lost the connection with him as he became the mask. And yeah, that's a great example, because this leads me, I'm back on track here, the human truth. People don't connect with perfection. And that means sometimes when we see someone who is big or successful in one area that we are into, it can seem very perfect. But what I've come to realize after all of these thousands of meetings and thousands of people through my seminar rooms, people connect with the truth. People connect with human being. And human being means uncertainty and struggle and realness and, authenticity. And this takes courage. So, I mean, if you feel like you want to go deeper with connecting with your team, with clients, with customers, with business partners, this takes courage. Because if we're going to be honest, if we're going to be real, if we're going to talk about all the bad stuff, we are vulnerable. But if we don't do it, then we're not authentic. Makes sense? So this is an invitation to reflect on this if you want deeper connections. And I do believe today that deeper connection doesn't mean that we lose sales. Yes, we can have a strategy, and yes, we can close clients, or we can close sales meetings with a strategy. And I'm not saying not to have a strategy, but the fact is, if we get authentic, if we connect with people, and that means emotions, and show the real stuff, what I've seen is that people will connect even more with you. And also I do think that this is why so many entrepreneurs and creators also, but they secretly feel alone. Because and I did it myself for so many years, we wear that mask that we've built, an identity to become an entrepreneur, to become successful. Which means that we show the world one version of ourselves. These people show them their world only one version of themselves. And then they hide another version. They hide the authentic version. And this is actually one of the reasons why I created the 7-day manifestation reset challenge. Because before we can connect deeply with others, we often need to understand what's happening inside ourselves. The patterns, the identities, the stories, the things we've been carrying for years. And if that speaks to you, the link to the 7-day manifestation challenge is below. You're more than welcome. And I've seen people go through this, and this is not a hustle, and this is not magic or anything. But on the other side, what I've seen is that because of the calmness, because people who went through these 7 days began to listen to the things inside, and the thing you got inside of you, that's where the magic is. Because that's what's been creating your life until now. And when you begin to become aware And even though you've been aware before, going through this again, I did, that's why I created it, is a very great opportunity to become aware at wherever you are right now. So again, the link is below. And something that I've noticed is that the more comfortable that I become simply being myself, the easier connection becomes. This is kind of like, I don't have to perform. You don't have to perform. Many people, many entrepreneurs, many creators believe that they have to perform. But when we let go of performing and actually just be ourselves, the whole system can relax. From my experience, that might be that when we do this, there might be people in our lives, in your lives, that doesn't like that because they are used to something else, and not many people do like when things get different. And this is a whole other video, because that means a lot of us, I did myself, we have created an identity, a mask, a way of behavior to please other people. And some of us even stay in that identity just to keep pleasing people. Or because we are afraid that we will lose people or we will hurt people. So we keep pleasing, we keep not being ourselves. But guess who we actually are hurting? Take a finger and point here and here. And say to yourself right now, this is who I'm hurting. This is who I'm hurting. And I know what I speak about because I've seen it. When I began connecting with myself, there was so much hurt and pain inside here. So much hurt and pain inside here because I left that guy in there to please other people, to become a character that wasn't me. And again, I'm not talking about that you cannot be successful, that you cannot do sales, that you cannot build your business. It's nothing about that. But it's about becoming yourself as you do it. Not to please others, but something that comes from inside, a power that rises from the inside. And taking this back to connections, when we begin, as I said, for me, I let go of the identities that I was not. When we begin to let go, when we begin to connect with ourselves, being comfortable being ourselves, this means less effort in many things in your life. It means less performance. Think about it. Most people, and I'm not saying not to put nice clothes on or makeup on and all of these things. That can be very nice. But there's a big difference if we do that because we want to be good enough. We want to perform as someone who is good enough, but inside we don't feel good. So when we take this journey that I'm speaking about, there's less performance and less strategy. I listened to a dating coach a couple of years ago. I can't remember what the name is when you just stop people on the street, women or men on the street, probably men stopping women on the street. And they had a strategy. So it was kind of, you can use these two lines and you'll always get a woman. And I was like, well, you probably can, but I mean, is that the kind of connection you want with another person? That you trick them? Is it? I mean, it can sound very good in the moment, but think about it. So instead, what I believe and what I actually did for a period of my life was I learned myself, because I wanted to go out of the comfort zone, to speak with people on the street, women and men. And not because I was attractive to the men, but just speaking with them, which is was out of the comfort zone for me, because I am in my roots. as I sit here right now, I'm still introvert. So it was out of the comfort zone, but it was good exercise. And the thing is, what I learned is that when I let go of trying to be someone, trying to impress, trying to find a strategy, trying to find the words, trying to all of these things, that means less strategy. What happened was much more presence and more curiosity, because I actually wanted to learn about the other person. Not forced, but just being curious, which also means more listening, more truth. And think about those words. If you have a team, if you have your partner, which you all might also see as a team, you have clients or customers, business partners, whatever. And let me repeat those words. Think about it. If you become even more present, more curious, more listening, more truth, what do you think that the other person will feel? Do you think that they will feel, nah, I don't want to be with this guy or woman now? Or do you think, wow, he cares. He cares about me, or she cares about me. Makes sense? And again, this is not strategic, but it's what's happening. And from that, things will unfold. I've seen it so many times. Because what I do believe is that this is where the real connection actually is. It's not trying to be interesting, but actually becoming interesting. Interested too, and therefore interesting. So I'm curious here. What do you think creates real connection between two people? Let me know. If you watch this on YouTube, I invite you to put it in the comments. What do you think creates real connection between two people? If you are in our community and you watch this, I invite you to go a little bit deeper, because we are there to explore and expand. So I invite you to go a little bit deeper with this. What do you think creates real connection between two people? And lastly, please, if you like this just a little bit, give it a like. And also, you're more than welcome to connect. That means subscribe to this channel. I'm uploading videos, and this is all about money and also different areas of life too, but it's a lot about how to expand, how to become more yourself and create success from the inside out. I'll see you in the next one.